Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you have been good. You saw the title and the thumbnail before you clicked on this video, so you already know what this video is going to be about. Why do Africans hide their pregnancy? Specifically, why did Onyinye hide her pregnancy journey? Since you asked nicely and you really want to know, I'm going to be sharing my personal reasons in this video. Cue in intro. When I found out I was with child, I told my husband immediately. Obviously, like I told him right off the bat. In fact, we bought all of the tests together and took them together, so he knew immediately. We waited to confirm with a blood test before we told our parents, and my sister, very important, she was one of the first people who knew. It took a few more weeks, I think about 6 weeks in, before we told our other siblings. It was still early stage, so obviously we were being cautious. We didn't get to tell our friends until I was about 3 months, I think. By the time I was 5 months, everybody that we had regular conversations with already knew. I think that was where everything stopped. Any other person outside of that didn't have any idea what was going on, and I chose and made a conscious decision not to say anything online on my channel on Instagram, or like to post videos where I was obviously pregnant. So that was like a conscious thing that I did, and there were a few reasons why I decided to do that. At first it was just because I wanted to have that moment for myself and just enjoy the news with my husband and close friends and family, because we had been trying for a while and I was beginning to get scared that it wasn't going to happen, and then it happened. So I just wanted to take a moment to let that sink in and just enjoy the news before I tell other people. All through my first trimester, I was in awe. Like, I was so not sure that it happened. Like, I had to stop and remind myself several times that I am actually pregnant. This thing actually happened. So it was an out of body experience. I wasn't believing it. So I just wanted everything to sink in, and I wasn't having any pregnancy symptoms. So nothing changed. And I wasn't really in that headspace of, oh yes, this thing is really, really true. Like, my head was still playing with me, so I did not think that that was the right time to start telling people, because I don't know, I wasn't believing it myself. Even to tell our parents, I had to say let's go to the hospital and confirm with a blood test first. I think until I see that blood test, I'll be sure that the doctor confirmed it, to know that it is true. So that was the headspace I was in at first, and we just decided to keep it until we confirmed, and then we told only our parents. Then it became, let's wait 12 weeks to get to like a safe space before we start telling people. Given the experience that we've had before, I know that the number of people that you announce to is the same number of people that you would eventually tell, God forbid, if something happens, that, you know. So that was the second reason why we decided to wait longer, to just be sure that everything is okay. If you have had to unbreak good news to somebody, like tell them that maybe like you lost a child, you had a miscarriage, a child died, then you probably understand the headspace that I was in. I recognize now that it's probably not the most healthiest thing to be thinking, that a blessing that you have would slip away from you. Is probably not the healthiest way to think about things, but I am human, that I've experienced tragedy and gone through things. So that was the headspace that I was in. But when we eventually confirmed that everything was fine with me, everything was fine with the baby, this time around there weren't any complications, I decided to start telling my friends. So anytime that I would have a conversation with them after I decided to tell them, I would just chip it in the conversation and see how shocked they are, and how happy and elated they were for me. So that was how I gradually broke it to my friends. For the rest of the internet, I'm talking about the reason I didn't post on Instagram or share my journey real time on YouTube. I decided to not do that because, again, of the experience that I've had before, and going through grief publicly in real time, it wasn't attractive to me at all. Like, I wasn't going to do that at all, so I just decided to keep it to myself. And the pregnancy was very emotional. There were so many things that I was feeling in my head. There were so many negative emotions that I have, things that I myself was scared to express. And there were things that I was experiencing in my body and in my head that I did not want to put words to because they were negative. And I know that sharing that experience in real time won't allow me to be as honest as I am and as I want to be when it comes to like sharing the journey. So I decided not to share it and wait until I can fully express all of the emotions, all of the mental stress, all of the physical strain that I was experiencing with the pregnancy. And I knew that like sharing the experience when I had not completed it would make me limit the things that I say, and I wanted to be as honest as possible when I was sharing my experience. I wanted to share everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, so that it's like a full range of emotion, which is honestly what I was feeling. I didn't want to sugarcoat anything or hide anything. I just wanted to express it the way that it was and the way that I was comfortable sharing. So there was no point sharing my journey, especially here on YouTube, in real time. Some of the pregnancy videos that you guys will eventually see, I filmed them in real time, but again, it was like in my private moments. It wasn't putting it out there for the universe to, take a hold of. So I would eventually share those videos, or maybe I have even put some of them out. If I have, I'm going to leave the link to all of the pregnancy stuff that I've shared in the description box, so you can go check those videos out. There was also the consideration that we had a birth plan that did not include my husband, and there was a possibility that he would not get to see his child physically until the child was like about 3 months. So I didn't want the internet to be like the first place that he had that experience. I wanted us to be home, to be like a family, for him to have like experienced his child in the physical before we began to like put out things online. I didn't want the internet people and him to be knowing things at the same time. So I put that into consideration. So I knew from the time that we made the plan to birth the child outside of the country that I wasn't going to be sharing in real time as well. Now, if you're wondering how I hid the pregnancy, it wasn't hard. It was not hard at all. I told only a few people that did not spread the news. I don't live in Nigeria, so nobody got to see me. What else? I started wearing baggy clothes from the very beginning, so there was really nothing to show, and my bump was not very obvious, so the clothes were doing a good job in disguising it. God was also very kind to me. I didn't show on my face or with like change of complexion. Looking at me, you wouldn't know that there was anything happening, and so I continued to just show up the way that I would usually show up. All through my pregnancy journey, I was going through my normal routine. In fact, I showed up more consistently on YouTube and on Instagram when I was pregnant than I have ever shown up before. I wasn't showing on my face, so I was filming a lot of videos and just putting out content, so nobody suspected anything. I did not disappear for a period of time, so there was no suspicion at all from anybody. I don't think anybody suspected that I was pregnant. If they did, nobody said anything, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If there are any other videos that you would want me to film, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. I'm begging you. Please hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment, share it across your social media platforms and on your WhatsApp status as well. And I will see you in my next video.